Hey guys, Mark the Mentor here, back with another video. All right, this video I want to talk about um, autonomous robots, and I want to talk about drones. This is something that I've been requested to talk about for a few months now, and I've just been, I just feel like we're just a ways away from it, and I know people have asked me to do a video about it, curious on my thoughts about it, and I appreciate everyone that's reached out to me and curious to know what I think about autonomous vehicles, autonomous delivery vehicles, autonomous robots, and drones, and how they will affect final mile delivery in the future. I'm humbled that people want to know my opinion. So I said, I feel like now it's kind of an okay time just to, touch on it briefly and then keep it moving, because we are in economic crunch right now. So I want to spend most of my time focusing on videos that can help people in present day situations. Let me go ahead and touch on this real quick. So let's start with drones. My take on drones: they've been tested. They're currently being tested. They've been tested by some of the biggest companies that have the capital to purchase fleets of drones and get them out there. And here's the issue. One of the main issues that's going on right now is safety. I know Amazon had been testing drones, and I think they still are testing drones, but it's kind of taken a back seat. They had a drone that was when they were landing it, when it touched the ground, it just exploded. There's issues with communal launching pads, communal landing strips. Who's going to pay for that stuff? If you're going to do drones, like it has to be done in a safe manner. The drone, I think a lot of people are thinking that the drone is just going to land in someone's front yard or someone's backyard or someone's front porch. No, it doesn't work like that. All right. These things have to be regulated. All right. They got to be regulated. So that means they're going to have to land accordingly and appropriately, and they're going to have to take off appropriately. So there's going to have to be some type of communal launching strips and communal landing strips for these drones for it to happen. But the whole thing, like Amazon is saying, like who's going to cover the cost of those communal landing strips and those communal launch pads? Another thing is the regulatory issues as far as regulating them. If you get too many of those things in the air, they have to be regulated. Like it has to be some type of air traffic control up there, because just look at it like airplanes. If there was no air traffic control for airplanes, you'd have airplanes crashing into each other, and all those parts and things from the airplane would be falling on top of people's heads, falling on top of people's houses, and it would just be a disaster. So the regulations have to get in order so that it can be safe, that you got all these drones flying over people's heads. My thought on when it's going to happen: a lot of companies have touched on it, and a lot of companies have stopped and saying, we thought we could make this happen, but man, we're still a whiles away. And they're moving away from the drones, and they're going back to focusing to more ground autonomous vehicles and autonomous robots. My take on it: I don't see it happening in the near future. So I think we're safe as far as being replaced by drones in the near future. I don't see that happening anytime soon. When you got big companies like Amazon that are saying, we've invested a lot of money into this, we're going to hit the pause button on this for a minute. Then you got to kind of take notice to that. So I think we're safe there. That's not going to be replacing any jobs or any box trucks or cargo vans or sprinter vans anytime soon. So we're cool on that for right now. All right, next, autonomous robots. Now you got autonomous robots that deliver packages. You got autonomous robots that deliver food. Those little robots that ride on the sidewalk, I don't think that's going to work at all. All right, they've been tested. They got them out, I think, out in California, and it's just not. I just don't think it's going to work. They're better off, and I think some companies are experimenting with more autonomous, driverless, fully autonomous delivery vehicles that will pull up in front of your home, and then maybe like a code on the outside. You punch the code, and maybe the door opens or the window comes down. The problem is with the robots that ride on the sidewalks, like if you get in the major cities, I just don't see those things making it from point A to point B without theft, robbery. Matter of fact, I got a few videos. Why don't we take a look at them?
This is why these food delivery robots will never work. Don't invest in this company. Look, watch this.
All right, so as you can see, this is why I don't think these robots are going to work, especially in cities like New York, Chicago, LA, maybe Atlanta. Cities where, just crime and people just don't care. They're going to take advantage of these things as soon as they see them coming down the street. I just don't see this working. I think this is why Amazon has hit the stop button on the ones that they were producing, as you can see in this article. I think when they did the markets they tested in Tennessee, Seattle, they one or two other markets, the surveys that the customers were sending back, it just didn't meet the customers' approval for whatever reason. But I know these robots aren't going to work in the cities I named: New York, LA, Chicago, Atlanta. No, it's not going to work. So they're going to have to figure something else out. I know a lot of these companies want to go autonomous because it's going to significantly decrease the workforce, which is ultimately going to increase their margins and bring the company more gross revenue and ultimately netting more money. So I think we're safe there. Now, on the food delivery side, I think Domino's is experimenting with autonomous car delivery, where you go up to the car and the door unlocks when you put a code in or the window comes down. But I think for the most part, final mile, middle mile, the only thing that we would have to worry about is autonomous trucks. They got autonomous trucks testing out middle mile in Dallas, running between Dallas and Houston right now for Walmart, and I think Amazon might be testing something down there. I'm not sure, but I know Walmart is 100% sure with Gatik. And final mile, well, no, not final mile, but yeah, middle mile with Gatik with Walmart. I think Amazon, as far as final mile is concerned, I think final mile is okay. I think it's okay. I know Jeff Bezos said like 9-10 years ago that, drone delivery was something that would be in the real near future. And here we are 9 years later, and he's put a halt to both drones and both autonomous robots. So I think it's something that these companies want to see, but I just don't think it's going to work right now. In the current times, I think the drones, like I said, they still have a lot of figuring out to do. And then as far as the final mile, with the robots, I just don't see it working, guys. So I think we're okay. I'm not going to go into the politics of it, but I just wanted to just briefly touch on it. I'm curious to know what you guys think down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about autonomous robots and drones. Like I said, I think the autonomous trucks is something that's very near. I think I see that a lot sooner than I see the robots. I see a autonomous middle mile a lot sooner than I see robots and drones as far as a mainstay. All right. So let me know what you think in the comment section. www.boxtruckcourses.com for your one-on-one mentorship with me, Mark the Mentor. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Facebook. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with all the upcoming videos. Every Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, the Mentors Podcast here on YouTube and Facebook Live. I'm out.